Hey. So this is part 2 of the testimony. Now, this is the cross-examination of this witness. I share with you guys part 1 of the prosecution's direct examination, and this is cross from the defense. Now, let's see what it gives. I'm going to create a playlist so that you guys can seamlessly go through all of the different testimonies, but let's get right on into it.
Awesome. My name is Robert Book. I represent Mr. Bishop. Just a few questions for you. All right. So you indicated you know him very well. You were in San Diego. You went over into Mexico. And what year was that you did that?
About 2019.
Okay. Is that when you first met Mr. Bishop in person?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And there were the people that went with you. You said was someone named Jacob as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you indicated that at that time, whatever your name was, I think is what the name you go by as well.
Yes.
Okay. Was that your name before 2019, or that's something you changed over into in 2019?
I got that name working with Ear Drummers, which is a music production.
Ear Drummers?
Yes.
Okay. All right. It had nothing to do with Mr. Bishop. It's something to do with your music.
Not at all. It had nothing to do with him.
Okay. Are you a musician?
Yes.
Okay. Are you in some type of music group?
I'm an independent artist.
Okay. All right. And so you guys stay in Mexico before you go elsewhere?
What time? When are you talking
When you
about?
went there in 2019?
We stayed there for about a year.
Okay.
And when we left, we chose to leave.
Mm-hmm.
The house was raided in Mexico, and we all felt very uncomfortable staying in that same place where those police raided our house.
Okay.
So we did leave, and then we just started traveling from there.
Did you come back to Atlanta at some point?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And during the time that you were back in Atlanta, is that when you met?
We returned to Atlanta twice. I met my first week in Mexico. Not in person, but online.
Okay. Did you invite her to come there?
No.
You never invited her to come there?
She had went there before me, and she was already aware about it. We didn't speak on that.
Okay. So she had been there before 2019?
Correct.
Okay. All right. But when you got there in 2019, during the year you were there, she came there during that time frame as well?
No.
She never came there in 2019?
2019 didn't come. I remember mostly talking to her on the phone, and I believe she did initially come for the first time in Atlanta.
Okay.
When I first met her in person.
And you guys were in Atlanta in 2020?
2020, yes.
Okay. And were you staying the 2 times? I think you mentioned that you were in Atlanta twice. Was it the same house?
No.
Different houses?
Yes.
Okay. So the house in 2022 and the house in 2020 were different houses?
2020 and 2022?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you were at both of those houses, though, correct?
Correct.
All right. You indicated, I just want to go over a couple of things that you talked about, that you guys would collectively agree on what to do and where to sleep, or was that something that Mr. Bishop decided unitarily?
That was only initially. After a while, people would be in their own domains based off of where we were.
Okay.
So whether they're in a relationship with their partner in their tent or they were sleeping alone.
Okay.
And I suppose if the guys wanted to do something different, sleep however we wanted, we could sleep in the studio, we could sleep in the kitchen, we could sleep wherever we wanted, really.
Okay. So you had some autonomy yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you testified earlier that if you didn't agree that you could leave, correct?
Yes.
Basically, if you don't agree with what I'm telling you to do, hit the road.
Correct.
Okay. Now, you indicated that, Mr. Bishop, it was frowned upon to allow others to communicate with your family. Is that fair to say?
It was frowned upon, yes.
Okay. Did people not communicate with their family at all?
Majority did not.
Okay. And you guys had an online presence, though, of greater than 30,000 people. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And this was live videos and streaming and all this stuff, correct?
All forms of content. We
All
had
forms?
a large technical team.
Okay. And the content would basically be just live things that you guys were doing, following y'all on a daily basis, right?
No.
What would it be?
Music,
Music?
media, graphic designing, which can be placed into a myriad of different areas online,
Okay.
and so on.
So
Acting, we would act sometimes, we would perform certain things, music on different lives and different platforms. And the
Okay.
platforms would pay us for being on there.
okay. So you guys would do music. What kind of music? Anything
I would call it conscious music.
Conscious music. Okay. All right. And that would be for the whole group?
Correct. Even
Okay.
for myself to this day.
Okay. And you said you guys would also do some type of graphic design?
Yes.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Photoshop. What's the other one? Final Cut. DaVinci Resolve. Different things to do editing.
Okay.
From whether it be music videos, a normal post with a picture, maybe
Okay.
a quote from him,
Okay.
maybe
And
a moving picture. Who knows?
this would be something you guys would do every day?
Every single day.
Okay. And you also said you guys did acting as well?
Yes.
Is that acting something you guys would do every day?
It depends on if that was what we had a dossier for the content.
Okay. And would the acting include everybody in the group?
No, it would just be whoever the creative minds were at work.
Okay. But it would be produced on behalf of the group?
Yes.
Okay.
And it would have to be checked by a Lehio.
Okay.
Even the music, everything.
So the music, the graphic design, and the acting were all things that Mr. Bishop helped to create and or facilitated in some way, and you needed permission in order to post it.
Look at his face.
Correct.
Okay. Would sometimes the acting be dramatic?
No.
What would the acting include?
Skits. Things like skits.
Mm-hmm.
Different metaphorical ways to convey a message of knowledge itself.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
You know Natureboy is mad.
Okay, so the 30,000 plus followers, but you believe it was more than that, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm almost done. Based on you were present at the house in Atlanta on March 24th, 2022, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you said Zoka, ZOCA, and that was a girl that was your ex-girlfriend, correct?
My wife on paper.
Your wife on paper. So you guys were married legally at some point, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so you were in a relationship with her, you separated from her, and she wanted to be with you as well.
I never really separated from them.
Okay.
How would I put this?
From the ex-wife? You never separated from who?
Either of them. The living situations would have us at odds, often in different places, but we were always in communication. They would even sneak out to come and meet me when they could at any time.
Okay. All right. Because in fact, you said on direct examination that you were with Zoka and sexually at the same time before.
Correct.
Okay. Was that something you guys did often?
No.
Just something you did just one time?
Correct.
Okay.
Not one time.
Huh?
It was not one time, but it wasn't often either.
Oh, it was more than one time.
It was while the relationship was lasting. While we were all publicly together.
Okay.
It was a lot of games that had to be played for our relationships to exist.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Zoka is your ex. He is you're in a relationship with Zoka and
Correct.
okay. But ultimately ends up leaving that night. Well, she goes outside with her bags and then she comes back inside, right?
She never got to leave the door. Her stuff was stopped right at the door with
Okay.
her Uber waiting for her outside.
Okay. So she turned around and came back upstairs. This is a 2-story house?
When Malia said God is calling
Mm-hmm.
from upstairs in the 2-story house,
Mm-hmm.
she turned around and went upstairs.
Okay. When she went back upstairs, did she say anything to you or anybody else?
No.
Okay. And her bags that she had, were they just left there at the front door?
Correct.
Okay. And this is a 2-story house that had 3 bedrooms on the second floor, correct?
Yes.
All the bedrooms for that house was on the second floor.
Yes.
Okay. And upstairs it had two bathrooms and a half bathroom on the first floor, correct?
Half bathroom on the first floor. Yep, that's right.
Okay. And the men slept somewhere on the first floor, and the women slept in a room upstairs?
It would change based off of where we would move our stuff. So there was times where I slept in the middle room upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
There was times where I was slept in Eligio's room by his bed.
Okay.
While I was watching a movie or something.
Okay. It just depended.
Depends.
Okay. All right. And so once she went upstairs, you didn't hear anything from her or see anything else from her again until after she had left?
The next day when we woke up and we caught word that she left, there's no need to look for her because she's gone.
Okay. And you didn't communicate with her that day?
No.
Okay. And it was about a week or 2 weeks later that you communicated with her again?
Correct.
Okay. And then you reinitiated your relationship with her after that, and you guys ended up having a baby?
We had a baby after she came to live with me in Mexico. Yeah.
Okay. So you went back to Mexico yourself?
Correct.
Okay. And she came down there with you?
Yes.
Okay. Did Zoka go also?
I invited her when she left the group. So she actually left the group and came to me.
Mm-hmm.
And she expressed to me that she knows how fraudulent Leo is.
Mm-hmm.
She knows how fake it is there at the group.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows it's all just a game. She left and she was staying at a women's shelter.
Mm-hmm.
She contacted me
Mm-hmm.
requesting help. I offered her my house. I offered her a home in San Diego. I offered her some things in Atlanta. She declined because she only wanted to be in a relationship. About a week later, she ended up going back to the group and online did live videos to make it look like she never left.
Okay. Did you do any online videos with the group as well after 2022 or during 2022?
With the group after.
Once you were in March of 2022 or right afterwards when the police came to the house, did you make any videos online after that?
We collectively worked on videos to throw dirt on and make her seem crazy.
Okay. Videos that you were part of as well, right?
I played a part in them as far as downloading clips, finding sections to maybe make her look crazy, maybe invalidate what she's saying, maybe invalidate what she's telling the world.
Okay. Did you say anything on any of those videos?
No.
So if there was a video that had you saying something on it, it wouldn't be accurate?
About.
Yes, sir.
Unless I was teaching, I always teach the truth.
Okay. You were a teacher in the group?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Last question. That night, on March 24th, 2022, was it primarily just a group there, or was it a lot of people there, as in a party or something like that?
Repeat the first part of that question.
On March 24th, the night of March 24th and into the 25th, was there like a party going on at the house, or was it just like the group, just a typical night there?
That was the night where Tasha K had showed up that I mentioned earlier. That was the night she had showed up. The 24th, I think. Excuse me, a correction. That night was the night I left.
Okay.
Which was about a week after that. So was there a party? I mean, every day is a party.
Okay.
Every night's a party.
Okay. The night Tasha, you keep mentioning somebody named Tasha K. Tasha K shows up.
Correct.
That's after March 24th? That's when you left?
It's when I left, yes.
Okay, that's when she came there.
When Tasha came for that interview, yes.
And so you ended up leaving at that time?
I ended up leaving at that time because I would have lied if I did that interview.
Okay. So you did the interview with her expressing your opinion about the group, and then you ended up leaving?
No. I did not do the interview because the interview was to be in favor of Eligio.
Okay.
And that was the day that I left because I know that he's a fraud and he's been living and telling lies.
Okay. All right.
I want to see his face. Why did it put his face?
You disagree with him, right?
He manipulates information.
Okay. And so the videos that he's placed online, you would say you would disagree with that, correct?
From that group, yes.
Okay. All right. Last question for you. The online presence, would you say it's thousands or hundreds of videos? This is my third last question. This one is my last question.
Thousands of videos collectively because everybody who posts a video or who has posted a video must put his picture and name in the video somewhere.
Okay. So it would be thousands of videos.
Thousands.
Okay. All right.
I
Thanks,
got
sir.
thousands alone. I got thousands of me just alone.
In regards to the group,
Correct.
just by yourself.
Correct.
Okay. So that would it be fair to say over 5,000?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Redirect.
I think we covered it, Your Honor. No further questions.
Okay. All right. May he be excused?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Just free to go. All right. Can counsel?
All right, so that was his cross. I feel like the attorney could have did a better job. There's questions that I would have asked him that would have been better to kind of like get to the meat and potatoes. I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, Natureboy, what he was doing to them was wrong. Were there willing participants? Obviously. But as a defense attorney, now I'm going to have to be objective as a defense attorney. Like, there was things that you can kind of infer that they possibly colluded to like set him up. Like that would have been my defense. If I was the defense attorney, I would have painted the picture of them coming together and trying to overthrow him so that he can have his own coat. Like, he said things that he could have followed up on as far as like how Zoka came to him, and the attorney, in my opinion, could have built up on that. Like, oh, so you was trying to make your own code. Like, you was trying to do your own thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You were trying to follow his thing. Like, you, like, why is he excused without you going into those things? Like, I would have absolutely made it appear. Now, whether it's true or not, I'm just going based on the knowledge that I have of the group and things that Natureboy has even said. There's videos that I've covered where Natureboy predicted, and he said, oh, I predict that this person and the victim is going to betray me. I predict that they are going to start their own cult and they're going to come and troll me on the internet, da-da-da.
So here's what's going to happen in my story, guys. Solar's gonna betray me, and he's gonna go with, and they're gonna start their own thingy, you know, trolling me. You know, it's the whole thing is coming. Solar and are gonna be their own chief and goddess. Solar, blink twice if you want to leave.
What, just time on the blink?
I don't know what videos are admissible or not admissible. They haven't showed any videos yet as far as the testimony. But if it was me, I would have been referring to those things. Like, isn't it true that you guys wanted to start your own thing? Isn't it true that you, like, he didn't even infer or make it appear that way. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know, but I didn't really pick up on it. I feel like the cross-examination of the victim, I mean, not the victim, but the cross-examination of the witness that just got off the stand, I feel like it absolutely could have been way more like painting a picture of in favor of the defense. Like, oh, isn't it true that you were jealous and you wanted to be the main guy, or you wanted, you know, even if to the audience sake that's not really true, or maybe not, more people didn't get that from it, but he would have been the one where I would have really like, because he's talking like, you know, with his chest out, talking like he just really, you know, I was the teacher, I was the this, I was the that. Okay, so isn't it that you wanted to be the soul teacher? Isn't it that you wanted to, like, come on now. Now, the attorney seems to be doing a good job, but that part right there, I feel like there is so much that you could have addressed with this particular witness. Now, the actual victim, obviously, it's certain things like he went hard on her, but it's like, this is, if anybody else is to go hard on the stand, it was this witness. Like, you were supposed to go hard on him. Like, oh, wasn't you trying to you be the king yourself? Wasn't you like it's so much evidence online that he wanted to be the Don Dada. Now, that's just my objective mind. Now, I know people who want to see him under the jail and want to see Nature Boy behind bars. Obviously, you know, y'all probably glad those things didn't mention or infer, but just my objective mind, I want to see, you know, the punches on both sides. You know, that's just me. When I'm watching a trial, even if I want the person to go down, don't want them to go down, whatever, however, I want to see the prosecution making good points, and I want to see the defense, you know, coming in and doing their job and see how it all lands. That, I feel like he dropped the ball with this witness. I don't really know what his strategy is. Maybe there's other witnesses that he feels like is more important to like paint a picture. But to me, if there was anybody to paint a picture to the jury, it was this witness. And he totally dropped the ball, and they have released him now. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, I'm kind of disappointed at Cross. Like, I felt like the way he was going at the victim, I thought he was really going to give it to him, and it was going, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's ways that he could have probed this witness that just got down to show like a side of arrogance, a side of like, what? That is crazy. But all right, so we're gonna keep on with this. This is the direct cross with this witness, and I'll continue and stay tuned for more coverage. If you guys want to support, you guys know that you can always support via super chat. If you are watching this on the replay, you can even give a super chat in the comment section called a super sticker, or you can donate via Cash App or support my website, www.nickatnight.com. I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm very disappointed with Cross. Like, I really was thinking that it could have been better. We'll see. I'll keep on covering this.